Hey everybody, this is Curtis from PSNstores.com. Today we're looking at Super Toy Cars. This just came out on PS4 last week. I've been playing it, and we'll have a review up hopefully tomorrow. So just quickly to kind of briefly go through some of the stuff. This is it's a racing game, as you can imagine, where you're racing like toy cars around different tracks and stuff. We've got some different camera angles you can choose from. We'll check those out a little bit later. And then also this handbrake to drift, I'll explain that more. You can have it where you have to hold the button to drift, or you can just tap the button and it will drift for you. I found that I preferred the hold, but we'll talk about that once we get into a race. And then there's just some extras. You can check out your user stats and whatnot. So let's just hop in to a race, and then we'll check out career mode too. So you have race, you have elimination, time trial, evade, time attack, and those are your modes. And then you have easy, medium, hard settings for each track. And as you can tell, they're like easy, it's like a very simple kind of loop. Medium, there's a little bit more to it, and then hard has a more complicated track. And so there's quite a few different tracks and variations on each track throughout the game. So we'll just start out on medium here. And let's select the car. Trying to remember which one is the one that I usually use. I think it might be this one. No, it's this one. So you can have up to 4 players, split screen locally if you want to play. Unfortunately, there is an online in this, but it's exclusive to the PC version, which is a bummer, as you can imagine. That I'm not sure. I mean, I don't know. Yeah. And there's also the PC and Wii U versions of this game have a track editor that are exclusive to those versions, which also is quite a bit of a bummer, because I watched the trailer for this when I saw that it was coming out, because I had not heard of it. And so when I was watching the trailer, I saw this track editor that actually looked really slick, like, and really easy to use, and it's a bit of a bummer that that's not available here. So this is the close camera angle here. There is also a camera angle that's a little bit pulled farther out. And then there was a third, which we will switch to now. There's a top-down angle. Like this. So this is kind of cool. I don't know that it works super well in this game. Mostly because there's a lot of areas like this that have some things that are going to obscure your view of it. And at least in that instance, it was still pretty easy to see. We'll do far camera as well. It was still kind of easy to see my car, but there have been times where it's been very difficult to see it. Alright, so let's use some of my rockets. So you're picking up different weapons and different power-ups and boosts and whatnot. By drifting, you can build your boost meter. And so the drifting, yeah, so you can have it hold the button to drift, or you can have it as a tap. I found that the holding works a little better. This is kind of the one car. Oh, this is kind of the one car that I found that drifting has worked okay in. I don't particularly care for the handling in the game. I think most of the cars kind of are, I guess, very loose. I'm not sure maybe the best way to describe it, but they don't feel that great. Cool. I'll take it, I guess. Let's hop into career and we'll kind of show that off. So as you're playing through the career, you're getting money, and you can use that money to unlock new cars. This is the one that I've unlocked, and you can see like his is this cars do not have genders. I don't think. I guess unless that Pixar movie, then they do. Anyways, so the drift is like 750, so that's pretty good. That's actually, I think this car might have the best, or one of the best drift ratings. But the one that you start out with, I think it's the Horns Ladybug. The drift is 500, and this car is not. I mean, even the handling is kind of lower too. I just found that a lot of the control, just the way the cars feel, is not great for something like this where you're trying to drift around. Like the drifting just does not feel good. It's no Mario Kart, for instance, and it's hard to be. But we'll stick with this. You can also purchase upgrades for your car. So I've already got all the upgrades for this one. You've got like weight reduction, brakes, boost, engine, turbo, tires, gearbox. You know. And then you can look at the career. So the career is split up into, I believe it's 8 episodes. Something like that. And then each one has 6 different races. There's like a race, time trial, elimination, different things like that. And then you get points depending on how well you do. So let's see. We'll do episode 2 or something. So time attack. Okay. All of these modes are pretty familiar with other racing games. Like these are, you know, time attack, elimination. It should be pretty self-explanatory. I mean, elimination, I guess, you know, that is very much like, as you're racing, the clock will wind down, and once it hits 0, whoever is in last place is eliminated. So. There's the track list seems small. This song and there's a few others I feel like are the kind of the only ones I hear. It's not bad. These songs are fine, I suppose. Oh god, this is. But there's something that I can't quite pinpoint. It feels like there's something missing here. Like even when you're racing, like obviously right now it's like you're just the only car. It's kind of, I don't know. But even just doing the races, there's just something just feels off, other than also just the handling of the cars, which isn't great. But other than that, I will say, like, I like the tracks. I mean, I've always been a fan of this kind of style of racing game where you're just these little cars and you see all these like very large objects that normally aren't. So like seeing that soccer ball right there, or the cans of soda. There's another track that is just, it's a bunch of like boxes of candy. So there's very obviously a Willy Wonka inspired candy logo on boxes and stuff. There's, you know, there's tracks where it's like, here's a bunch of like toys, and it's obviously in a children's room, like a child's room or something. So stuff like that I really like. So I think, like like you see here, there's just a giant box of cereal. I like that kind of stuff. It's kind of, it also is, this is the kind of thing that bums me out that the track editor isn't available here in this version, just because the tracks don't seem that complicated. I mean, they're fine. They're not, I wouldn't say they're bad or anything. I like the tracks here. But they seem pretty, like, simple overall in the way that they're kind of constructed. So it kind of bums me out that that's a platform exclusive version. I'm not too sure why, or like what the reasoning is behind that. So it more just bumps me out, and it's not something that I would. I don't know. I don't know that I would consider it too much in the review, just because it's like, well, I don't know if it's fair. It's weird. It's a very weird thing. I wouldn't have known about it had I not watched the trailer for the Wii U and PC version, I guess. So very strange. So this evade mode, luckily there's not. I didn't run it. I feel like I didn't run into a lot of these throughout the campaign, and I'm happy I didn't, because it's kind of annoying. The track is just like filled with these mines everywhere. It feels like the AI for the opponents is a little bit more aggressive, which is fine. But there's just all of these mines that are pretty hard to avoid. Like usually you can get past most of them, but with the way the handling is, that was my fault. With the way the handling is on the cars, it's pretty tough to avoid them. And then also this factors into elimination as well, so it's fun. Yep. Also, I don't know if you've noticed, not elimination, but evade mode causes the game to chug just a little bit. It's not too bad, but it definitely has its moments throughout a race in evade mode where you can see the game kind of get a little jumpy there for a little bit. Are you blind, man? Okay. But yeah, I don't know. I think specifically going back to my just the feeling like something is missing. I kind of wonder if maybe it's sound related. If that makes any sense. Like there you got your music playing and you have the sound of like the car engine. But other than that, it feels very bare. I don't know. I like the player names. Alex Boost, Ian Rush, Liam Lightning. I think those are pretty good. We'll play a few more. Races are pretty short in this. That's the other thing. Getting through the campaign. Here we go. One car. Is you see. So yeah, this track's really cool. Just like as far as like the track decoration is concerned. It's also got a bit more elevation to it than some of the other tracks, which is good. I like the weapons too. Like this is just a giant. This weapon I have right now, it's just a giant 8-ball that you send flying out. I mean, unfortunately, you can't send weapons behind. Like you can't shoot weapons behind you, but that's fine. But speaking of which, one thing I do like, and I'll see if I can pick up something that will show it off. There is the weapons you get that are like laying down mines or oil spills, like types of things that you would. Oh, here we go. So you notice on the left screen, like left hand side, I just laid down a trap there, and that actually puts down a camera view, and that will show when a car hits your trap. And I thought that was something that was really neat, and it's something that you don't. I mean, to my knowledge, and I feel like I play a decent amount of racing games. I don't know that I can think of another racing game that I've seen that in. Maybe I'm forgetting something. But I think that's actually a pretty cool idea for something like... Because it's one of those things that when you lay down traps like that, you just kind of trust that someone's going to hit it, and they probably do. But you never really you don't usually get to see that. So I think it's kind of neat to put a little camera angle right there, just on the side of the screen, so you can see it. We'll do one more. But yeah, the career mode is very short. Colin and I were actually in a party chat talking the other night, and I was just playing through this career mode, and after about an hour, it occurred to me that I was very close to the end. So it won't take more than like 2 hours maybe. Actually, I think it ended up being about 90 minutes or so to get through the entire campaign. So it will not take you very long. And it doesn't, I don't know. It's like even later on in the campaign when you get to more kind of more difficult races, it's still not, it's not too hard. Looks like I can buy new there we go. I think I can buy some new cars too. Oh, I'm not quite there on that one. I've almost got all of them unlocked. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more. Alright, so that is Super Toy Cars. It is out now on PS4. It's $10. It's okay. It's okay. We'll say that. There should be a review up hopefully tomorrow, if not sometime later this week. But thank you for watching, and until next time, I'll see you later.